Now, Prince Andrew is among a number of high-profile figures named in US court documents released today detailing connections with the sex paedophile offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Ghislaine Maxwell told her lawyers that she was worried about being questioned on her relationship with Prince Andrew. We're joined now by former royal correspondent for The Sun, Charles Ray, and our very own royal correspondent, Cameron Walker. Charles, let's come to you first of all this morning. None of this is a particular surprise that Prince Andrew is in these documents, but have we learnt anything new?
Yes, we have learned a couple of things new. We certainly have. And I'm not sure how many more nails we can actually put into Prince Andrew's coffin, because there's enough there already. But what we do learn is that there is a lady called Jane Doe 3. She's not named, but she has made a statement in which she claims that Epstein ordered her to have sex with Prince Andrew. So this is a second lady, at least a second lady, and that she had to give him whatever she wants. There's also a statement that he was involved in an underage orgy as well, which doesn't come out terribly well for Andrew, or in fact for our family. We also have confirmation, if you like, from a lady called Joanna Sojerg, who has claimed that she sat on Andrew's lap next to Virginia Giuffre, the lady who claims that she had sex with Prince Andrew. They brought out a spitting image puppet. The puppet's hand was put on the breast of Virginia, and then Joanna says that Andrew's hand was put on her breast. Now, initially in her statement, she said that she was willing to sit on his knee, and she saw nothing wrong with the hand on. I don't know if that's changed at all, but that's what she said at the time. So all of this is just tawdry. But the most important thing is that this is not just a one-day wonder, these documents. They're going to come out on a rolling basis. So we're going to get more and more stuff practically every day. And I should imagine that Prince Andrew is going to be sitting at Windsor Lodge with his head in his hands. Even though he denies all these allegations, they keep coming.
And, of course, Charles, you can deny them until he's blue in the face, but we know he paid £12 million to Virginia Giuffre, a woman he claims he didn't meet. And it begs the question again, which we were talking about earlier in the programme, should the King really have had Prince Andrew by his side at Sandringham on Christmas Day?
Well, I listened to Cameron this morning, and I think he was, and I agree with him. There's two sorts to the Windsors. There is the official side of the Windsor, where you won't let Andrew anywhere near anything royal. But there's the family side. Yeah. He's still, despite everything that goes on, he's still a member of the family.
And he loves him. He loves his brother.
And he loves him. Of course he does. He's still a brother. But you would have thought that the King, given these allegations have come out again today, would be having a chat with Andrew and saying things like, what is going on here? You've already denied everything, but they keep coming out. There must be something more to this. What evidence have you got, Andrew?
To defend yourself against these allegations. Cameron, are any of these statements taken from the court testimony evidence of anything that Prince Andrew might have done that was illegal, as opposed to, and I think Charles used the perfect word there, which is just tawdry behaviour?
Well, there's nothing there that we haven't already seen in media articles over the last 6 years since this defamation case between Ghislaine Maxwell, who's Jeffrey Epstein's ex-girlfriend, and Virginia Giuffre, who's Prince Andrew's sex accuser, came out. The difference here is that all of this now is in sworn testimony in court documents, which is a whole nother level in terms of what potentially could come out. Will it persuade alleged other victims to now come forward with new evidence? It's a big headache for Prince Andrew, who has always denied all allegations made against him. As you just alluded to, Andrew, there, of course, he's been seen in public with the King and the royal family on Christmas Day. In the summer, he was photographed with Prince William in a car at Balmoral, driving with the Princess of Wales, although a source close to me has suggested that Prince William was not particularly happy about that particular idea. However, these kind of allegations have clearly haunted Prince Andrew for a number of years now. The most serious, as Charles just said, was to do with Johanna Sjoberg and putting a hand on his breast. Buckingham Palace, her breast even. Buckingham Palace at the time denied those allegations when it came out in media interviews. But of course now it's in written testimony.
Charles, there's absolutely no prospect, is there, that this man is ever going to return to public life in any shape or form? I mean, any time ever?
You and I have got more chance of being King Andrew than he has of becoming a working member of the royal family again. To be perfectly honest, he's finished. There is nothing he can do. Remember when he made his statement on the payment to Virginia Giuffre, he said he was going to dedicate his life to a charity that supported women who were sex trafficked. Well, he hasn't done anything. And I can't believe there's one charity in this world that would want him as a figurehead or anything involved at all with him. The course he should be going down is, if you remember, in 1963, John Profumo, the former war minister in the Christine Keeler affair, he went off and he did charity work. No sign of any publicity. He just went and did it. I don't know if that's possible for Andrew because he's such a well-known figure.
And possibly too lazy, maybe, to do that, if rumours are to be believed. It's not an easy way to live your life, is it? Cameron, we won't expect, I imagine, any statement from the palace about this, as usual.
No, Buckingham Palace no longer represent the Duke of York since he was forced to step back as a working member of the royal family. I have contacted his office. There has been no response so far, but Prince Andrew has lost a lot after all of this, hasn't he? He was stripped of his military titles by Queen Elizabeth II. He's no longer a working member of the royal family, but he is still a member of the Windsor family, which is why perhaps we see him at private family occasions.
Do we ever know where he got that money from to pay his £12 million to his accuser? Was that his personal money? Not
officially. We know he gets a small military pension from his time in the Navy. In terms of any other assets, it's been reported that he sold his Swiss chalet in Switzerland to help pay for that. Of course, he would have got some, as we're led to believe,
inheritance. But we were never sure how he could afford that in the first place, though,
yeah.
because it was about £17 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just lots of speculation. Perhaps he got inheritance from the Queen. We just simply don't know.
OK, thank you both, gentlemen. Brilliant. Cameron Walker and Charles Ray.